Tom, you've been breeding the Primeline Maternal for 15 years. You've seen plenty of changes. Tell us a bit about it.
When we started the Primeline, like a lot of maternal sheep, we certainly had some genes that were leggier and leaner. The biggest transition we've seen is a change in the type of sheep. They're a lot lower to the ground, they've got a lot more muscle, they've got a lot more fat on them, but simultaneously we've actually improved the fertility and milk on the sheep to go with the carcass attributes.
And what's some of the main differences that your commercial clients are seeing in the paddocks?
We're seeing a lot of people hitting that over 140% weaned mark to use join. That's exciting. That's in a range of areas right through to Western New South Wales, Southern Tasmania, Northern New South Wales. But probably the one thing that the Primeline's doing really well is growth rate to 100 days. We've got sheep that can hit targets at 100 days with twin lambs hitting 42, 44 kilos off mum, which economically stacks up really well for a lamb enterprise.
And Tom, look, the industry uses indexes. You've gone out and created your own indexes, and tell us why you've done that.
I think the biggest feedback, we actually sat down with all our clients, and the biggest feedback we got was we've got to start watching ewe weight. We've always been big on that, but it's at a point now where we need to start bending that curve. Really all we want to do, we don't want to go away from growth. We want sheep that can hit that 100-day slaughter date at a very young age, but we're actually finding sheep that can do that don't grow into big animals. When we sat down and looked at our client base and talked to them, really most of the focus on the domestic market. So we need positive fat, we need high muscles above +1, but we really want sheep above +8 for weaning weight that plateau off only to be a 10 to 11 ewe weight. And we're actually starting to see sheep come through, which are absolutely ideal for most of our clients.
So Tom, look, we've got with us here two rams. They both, to me, look magnificently. I mean, they really do, but they're genetically very different, aren't they? So tell us a bit about those.
I just brought these two rams out. Both these rams have got their both strengths and weaknesses, but certainly 2506 probably reflects a slower growth path. He actually has a lower weaning weight, but grows into be a higher adult weight. Where 2610's the opposite. He has a high weaning weight and a low adult weight, but also 2506 is a lot leaner. Where obviously 2610 is positive fat. The key message, 2610 shows you can bend the curve and have an ideal domestic carcass and also have extremely high fertility. And that's where the only change from our index that we've developed is bending growth curve and trying to get the suitability for that domestic market, which is getting the fat to a point and the muscle to a point. Everything else has stayed the same. Can
you just define that again, Tom? I mean, isn't the current industry standards choosing the other ram?
Certainly that 2506 has a higher maternal dollar index because he has a lot higher post-weaning weight, which is a later growth rate. I think the only fault we see, we're really looking to try and bend that curve earlier. And the other thing is, on our index, we are putting a lot more pressure on increasing fat. We want fat between 0 and 0.5, and we're actually trying to do that through an index to optimise those fat ranges, where the other ram is significantly leaner, and whilst he's a good sheep, he's not ideal for our markets, given he's a little bit leggier, a little bit less muscle, and a little bit leaner.
And that comes, in the end, the net result of that, Tom, is that he'll produce females that are later maturing.
Yeah, and I think what it comes down to, the weather lambs from that ram might be able to go into the domestic markets. And for that can be worth $8 a lamb for a lot of our clients by having sheep that aren't suitable for that market. So really, having that fat, having that muscle right, and having it right on all our sheep is really important from our breeding objective.
Tell me, you've got a proven sire program that's pretty interesting as well. So tell us a bit about the proven sire program.
The proven sire program is really focused on two components. The first thing we're looking to do is actually look at how the drivers of profit differ in different regions. We sell rams from the New England through to Western New South Wales, Southern New South Wales, Northern Victoria, Western Victoria, South Australia, Tasmania. All those areas are different. And we know in Central and Western New South Wales, we don't need a high weighting on worms. Subsequently, that's different in Tasmania and New England. So what we've done is we've artificially inseminated 1,500 ewes in 3 sites, representing the 3 geographic regions our rams go in. 30 sires have gone over 1,500 ewes. The first outcome of that is us being able to define profitability really accurately in those regions, and that's something that the industry really hasn't got a grapple of. It's got a simple index, and that's meant to go across the whole country. But Australia is very vast in its markets and its regions. The second thing we want to do is really look for those next generation high profit sires. It's an annual program. Every year we want between 30 and 40 young sires to go into the progeny test, and really what we're doing is looking to find sires that come out the top on profitability, and then really the simple process for our clients is basically contract breeding certain rams. And that's really exciting. It just means our clients will be able to be operating at a level which suits their region and knows that maximises profitability in their region for all our clients across Australia, which is really quite exciting.